So I've got an iPad here, and as I was drawing on it one day, I was like, wouldn't it be sick if like you could actually play a game of Pictionary with someone over the internet? And yeah, we can use Laravel Cloud to power that. So I spun up Claude Code, and I'm giving it a prompt to create this Pictionary style game and exactly what I want to happen. I also pointed it at an existing project that we just did recently on the Laravel YouTube stream. That's essentially a 30-second timer where people can vote on what they would rather do given a specific set of questions. This is perfect because anything that you have done in the past, and this is not exactly the same game as Pictionary, but I'm using existing previous experiences to work with agents to make what I want happen into a reality. So let's do it. Part of my initial prompt was I asked it to give me some clarifying questions if it couldn't understand. This is how I normally work with an agent, just to make sure that we're not just trying to go off on a tangent that I didn't want in the first place. Even when using agentic coding, one of the things I love to do is make sure I'm in charge of what gets installed, how things get used, and even how things are set up within the code structure. All this is going, but I'm watching it. I'm wanting to make sure it's actually going to do the things that I want it to do to get the success that I want. So that's finished. But there's some issues. The timer doesn't necessarily work to pass off. Reverb is still working behind the scenes, which is great, but the timer is the issue. So let's see where it goes from here. In the meantime, this is the perfect opportunity for me to get my GitHub repo up, get it hosted on Laravel Cloud, and be ready to go on that front. All right, let's see what happens. Create a room. I copied most of this design from the Would You Rather game, which is essentially copied from a project by Theo T3GG. Join game, perfect. We broke the drawing. Guess a calculator. Oh. Especially with working with agents, how do you want this to work? And then you have to make sure your agent knows how your stack gets that to work. And that's where Laravel comes in and makes it a lot easier because it has all those pieces readily available for me. Create a room, join game, it automatically starts to draw this lobster. Maybe some big pincers here. Looks like more like a scorpion. If I was to guess, I only have 10 seconds to guess. A scorpion, that's wrong. Lobster. And Siri got it. Draw a rocket. You can see it's drawing in real time. So I'm going to draw on this other side, and we can see here that's persisting. If I was to refresh, it actually stays live. I'm going to guess rockets. And look at that. The word was lobster. The word was actually rocket. That's one thing that we can fix. Let's fix it right now. This iteration process is one of my favorite processes about building because I have something that's pretty workable, but there's those little tweaks that make it better for myself, make it better for users, make it better for keeping this up to date in the long run. And that's what I'm doing right now. But maybe you can help me out too. Go to pictionary.laravel.cloud, play this game in its current state. I can constantly improve it, and you can help me too. Play it with some friends. Let me know what works, what doesn't. Let's ship together.